Do you think its legacy will be similar to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Frieren has already gotten the carried by animation accusation.
What? This isn't Jujutsu Kaisen?
Someone, oh shit. They actually compared it to Demon Slayer, which was just disrespectful.
If I see Demon Slayer season 4 Best Fantasy, I will jump off a bridge, bro. I swear. What is good, YouTube? And I am back here again, friend of the show, Mr. RJ Lane of On the Rise. How's it going?
Yo, how's it? I'm kind of sad,
That peak kind of ended, huh?
Yeah, I mean, haven't announced season 2 yet as the recording of this video. So,
yeah, they released they apparently Apothecary Diaries is getting a season 2 confirmed. So I'm kind of worried. Like, dang, is Frieren getting a season 2? I would hope so, right?
I have had like half a reason to live, and then I'm waiting for the other half to show up.
That is actually kind of crazy to me that they didn't announce at the finale like season 2 in production, because you would think, but then I keep remembering this is Madhouse.
Yeah,
it's either they're gonna make season 2 like 10 years later, or they're gonna just give season 2 to a different studio. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
But let me ask you this: if say Madhouse doesn't pick up season 2, but there will be a season 2 being made by another studio, which studio would you want that to be?
None of them.
Really? This guy.
I don't think any of them could do it as well as Madhouse does it.
Hey, hear me out. A1 Pictures.
A1?
They do really good fantasy stuff. I don't know. Like
they do. Anybody besides not anybody besides JC Staff. I don't want JC Staff to pick it up. JC Staff is responsible for most of the isekai garbage we get. So I don't want them to pick it up. But
Studio Dean.
No, hell no. I don't know. I don't think any of them. I don't think any of them could do it as well as Madhouse. I don't think any of them could do it as well as Madhouse. If I would have to do it, and I need you to stay with me here. I need people to stay with me.
Okay.
When I say this, everyone's gonna lose their minds. If I had to pick somebody, it would be Mappa. Only because if you know the history of Mappa was literally born from Madhouse. So it's like a lot of people who used to work at Madhouse work at Mappa currently. And if they can switch the staff and keep the same director, then Mappa can pull it off. However, that is a very because we all know Mappa's production schedules are hell.
Terrible.
And we're currently seeing with the JJK Blu-ray being released, that Mappa really did even when they did cook with the JJK production, they kind of still dropped the ball a little bit because they put the animators through hell. So I would have to. I think Madhouse could pull off the same level of quality. Now, if Madhouse, Mappa could pull off the same level of quality. Now, if Mappa did get it, will they do it? That's the question. They could do it. I think Mappa could be the only one that could pull off that same level of quality and still pull it off. So all the other studios, I think they would have to change the style a little bit, which I don't want. So,
well, yeah, that's true. I hope they keep the same style. But basically, what you're saying is you want Mappa to collect all the Infinity Stones to finish off everything good in Shonen just in one hand.
No. I want Madhouse to keep their baby Frieren, and I hope they do. Like it's just a great decision. Like the Frieren is selling like hotcakes. It's the first manga in I think what was it? Like
since 2020, right?
First manga since 2020 to sell as much as it has. Like
I think
so many copies in circulation.
Yeah. I think it's ever since Demon Slayer, which was in 2019, I believe, or something like that, right? I feel
it's the first manga to have so many copies in circulation. Like that's insane. Like come on now. It's selling like hotcakes. It's through the roof. Like another season.
Or was that before or after the anime?
It was during.
It was during. So, Damn,
Yeah,
so people did
because
not
of
know
the
how to.
anime.
I
Yeah,
was like, yo, people did not know how to wait. They were like, fuck it, let's let's see what happens. Would you pick up the manga if they don't announce season 2 like say this year? Like they don't announce anything. Would you pick up the manga?
probably not. I'm
Damn.
known for notoriously waiting for anime because I believe, but probably not. Probably not.
Hmm.
I would probably wait for the anime. I just pulled it up. It's actually the first manga in the 2020s in general to hit 20 million copies in circulation.
20 million copies.
It's the first manga to hit in the 2020s in general. So, and that's not sold for, all you sales fanatics. It's in circulation. So that means there's 20 million copies of Frieren out there being sold.
So I'm I have a little bit of hope because I just looked up Madhouse.
They're not doing much.
They're not doing much, and they did release Overlord season 4 in 2022, so they are doing more. Like they can continue series. They have a recent track record of continuing popular series.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing 4 seasons of Overlord, I would hope they're gonna do a season 2 of Frieren. Please, Madhouse, don't drop this. Do not.
Yeah. And it's not like they don't have material. The anime only adapted 60 chapters of the current 128. So we have enough if they keep the same flow, because they only adapt 60 chapters. If they adapt the next 6, we have enough for a whole nother season. And while that season is coming out, she'll probably release more chapters for another season. Like by time the season comes out, they'll probably have enough for like 3 seasons.
Oh, hear me out. I think this other studio could do justice with Frieren if Madhouse decides not to continue. I think Bones actually could do a good job. I think they like aesthetically and like their track record. I'm like, it could work.
Bones could, if they really bring in their A team. Then it depends on the director, because right now Bones is kind of under fire. And a lot of people are not trusting Bones.
I actually didn't know that. What happened?
My Hero.
What about My Hero? What happened?
People are not happy with the
camera. I remember. The
camera, the color schemes, the basically the adaptations of My Hero, from because it's getting darker as it goes on, and they want the color schemes to reflect that and the production to reflect that. Which I personally don't give a fuck, but I'm not gonna hold you. Just it is what it is. I mean, I see what they're saying, but I personally don't think it takes away from my enjoyment. But yeah, and on top of that, Metallic Rouge as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
okay, yes.
It's like Bones right now is currently, everyone's like, Bones, what are you doing? Unless they really show out with this new My Hero season, which they probably will. I mean, it's their flagship. Then the trust in Bones is kind of all-time low.
Damn.
Okay. Like they really need to release that Soul Eater remake, and then everyone be like, Bones the Goat is back. They really do.
I think Bones knows, specifically with My Hero, that it's gonna print money regardless. So why even why change up what's been working? Which I understand, I get it, but it is a little disappointing that they don't try to elevate. They're just cool with staying where they are. You know what I mean? Which Frieren, you would have to bring your A game to this. But anyways, let's stop talking about if and when there will be a season 2 of Frieren. Let's talk about peakness that is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. By the way, by the time what is it? The 24th of March, that's this recording. I did recently release a YouTube short, and it's coming to TikTok soon, if it's still, if it's not illegal by the time this comes out. I love that short. Shout out to Kendrick and that bar, because so many anime fans are gonna be eating at that soundbite. So shout out to Kendrick, because honestly, probably my favorite short that I've ever had the pleasure of creating. It's a great short. But yes, but by the way, I do think Frieren's better than the big 3. by the way. If you guys don't know the bar, it's
Mhm.
fuck the big three. It's just big me, and the me is Frieren. So I true wholeheartedly believe that
Mhm.
Frieren is just that good. To me, it's like a 9.5 out of 10. I don't think it's like perfect, but it's like as close to perfect as you can get in the modern day anime climate.
Mhm.
I don't know what my colleague's gonna say, but Friren's just that good. I don't know what to tell you. What does it do wrong? I challenge you guys in the comment section. Tell me what Frieren does wrong right now. What does it do wrong? But RJ, go ahead.
um, like, what's the question being presented? Do I think Freeman's better than the big three? Is that what you're asking me?
I mean that and like your overall thoughts of
Okay.
Frieren.
Um, I think Freeman. I don't know. As a One Piece fan, do I think Freeman is better than One Piece? It's close. It's close.
Mm.
It's close for me. I think it's better than Naruto and Bleach. No question next.
I mean,
It's close because One Piece's peaks are high for me, but at the same time, One Piece is longer and it does have a lot more flaws than Frieren, I would say.
and it
But
dips
but
more than
but
Frieren.
but, but then again, once again, it's longer, so it's just like
True.
if Frieren were to continue, would Frieren, have what I see some flaws within Frieren? Who knows? So I can't answer if it's better than One Piece. But I can say that I do think it's a 10 out of 10. Um,
So okay,
I gave Freeman a 10 out of 10.
is a 10 out of 10 to you? Okay.
Yeah.
Why 10 out of 10? I think because I gave it 9.5, which is basically a 10, but like
Mhm.
I don't know, it's hard for me to give it a 10 right now. Maybe I need to sit on it more. But why do
Yeah.
you like why do you just don't hesitate like 10 out of 10? Like right out the gate?
Because for me, like first of all, 10 out of 10 does not mean perfect. Of course,
Okay,
nothing
course.
is perfect.
Of course.
Everything, if you nitpick really, really deep, you can find some flaw in it, right? But for me, to me, the adaptation that I just saw was just amazing. It had everything I needed from like my personal taste. The slice life elements. It got a lot of people to experience a good slice of life show, which
Right.
A+ for me. The action, they didn't have to go that hard. Like the
Oh, but
story
they
was
went
already
hard.
yeah, they went hard, but the story was already that good, but they went hard for the action like they did. The production value is insane. The love and care they put into that production value. And let's take a moment to just throw away the action scenes for a second here. The production value in just the characters walking. And Fern in that last episode, who just
Oh,
spinning around and just showing her new laundry, the way that they put so much work into animating her jacket just moving, is just like it's very much. It shows a love for the craft. And the way they elevated it, I've known, if you haven't seen the Frieren manga panels side by side to the anime shots, the way they elevated it, the this is gonna sound crazy, but the secret fetishes they put in the show
oh
that's
my
not
god.
in the manga, Madhouse
That was
knew what they were doing.
that
Like
was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, all right, guys, come on. All right.
um just how cool they made it. It's clear, it's very much clear of just talent seeing the source material and it's just like, what can animation bring to this? And they did that. They really did that. And it's like 10 out of 10 to source material, so a story that was already great. And the story itself is just like so many callbacks, so many things. Like if you rewatch Frieren episode 1, you probably see I've seen a bunch of people being like, "Oh, I didn't even notice she was carrying the ring at the funeral, the
Yeah.
ring that Himmel gave her." A lot of people didn't even notice that.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
there's so much in depth. It's why I can't agree with. There's a crowd of people that think, well, not a crowd of people. Some anime elitists out there that think Frieren should have just remained a one shot, which is just the first episode, and that should have been it. Because that's what came out originally, and then that became popular in the manga world, and then she got a manga, and now it's an anime. I don't agree with that because there's so much in that one shot that she just built upon. Like she didn't. It feels like she didn't really add anything. It feels like she just had this world planned out, and she put it all into one shot, released it, and was like, "I wonder how this is gonna do," and it did great. And she was like, "All right, great, now I can expand." Because there's just so much stuff in that one shot that it's just like she's been expanding this entire time.
Right.
And I just feel like the story, the characters, all of it was there. All of it was there for me. It was a 10 out of 10.
Okay, you can call this nitpicking,
Mm-hmm.
but literally the only reason why it's a 9.5 and not a 10 to me is I felt like during the first class mage exam,
Mm-hmm.
it was a little too long for me. I wish they condensed the
Okay.
exam a little because it was 10 episodes long. I felt
Yeah.
like if they condensed it to more like 7, 8, it would have been more exciting. Because I'm not gonna lie, there were some moments during the exam, specifically in the dungeon, where they were literally just like they were just walking around in the dungeon and there's not really a lot of progress being made. I'm like, all right, guys, come on. Let's get through but other than that, literally a near perfect anime to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm thinking back, I'm like, literally even the way they dropped Frieren was like near perfect. 4 episodes to decide, is this the anime for me? And oh my gosh, I'm so glad they just dropped 4 episodes right out the gate.
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, Oshinoko. I know you did your thing, but Frieren did it better in my opinion. Like, I was like, yo, this like prologue is perfect. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got everything you wanted to. The backstory of Frieren and her party, you know, the beginning of being able to train Fern and everything, and
Yeah.
Stark coming into fray. I'm like, man, I'm shoot. Maybe this is also a nitpick. I wish Sign stayed a little bit longer. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I liked. Okay, I will say this: when Sign first got introduced and joined the party, I was very skeptical. I was like, why ruin such a great dynamic between the three characters? But he
Mm-hmm.
actually added a lot to
Mm-hmm.
to the party. As much as they make fun of Frieren being like 500 years old or 1,000 years old, however old she is, she doesn't act like an adult and she's not mature at all. Sign adds a little bit of maturity that they needed to kind of, you know, hold everything together. As much as Sign himself is immature in some moments, he does add that little adult figure that's like, all right, guys, you like, I'm gonna teach you this little thing. I'm gonna tell you this little advice or whatever. And you know, I think it really bonds well with Fern and Stark. You know, I don't know if you got anything to add to that, or if you just want to keep talking about Frieren more and why you like it. You know, it's
I,
pretty good.
I, I think Sign will. I personally think Sign will be back, of course. But I at first I was also skeptical. I was like, oh, well, they just added someone to the party. Damn, okay, that was quick. Um, but then, like when he left, I was kind of like, no, don't leave.
Yeah,
I was like, no, no, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
come back, please.
I understand how you feel. I understand how you feel. I get it. To me, it's just what I love most about Frieren is kind of, and it's funny because when I released for those who don't know, I released a JJK video saying my biggest
Mhm.
problem with JJK was that it needed to slow the hell down and
Yes.
give us more slice of life moments to actually bond to the characters before you put them through shit.
Hmm.
To sum it up. And when I released that video, I realized that I was watching Frieren and Frieren fucking does that.
Yeah,
Like
literally,
Frieren
literally.
fucking does that. In between the exams, we get the just episodes of the characters just fucking around. I mean, one of my favorite episodes is after the first exam where we can just see the characters just living their lives and the white-haired warrior dude kidnapped Stark. And we see that Stark is training with this old man who's teaching him the essence of being a warrior. He's like, I don't know who this guy is. I love those type of episodes that we just see Fern doing her temper tantrums and again and stuff like that. And I was like, Frieren does that. And it hits me at the end of the day. I like at the end of the day, Frieren doesn't forget what it is.
Hmm.
A lot of people said it did, but I think they were just getting caught up in the weekly stuff. A lot of people said, "Oh, it just became a regular battle shonen," and I was like, "No, guys, literally." And after they released those articles, literally the next episode was just slice of life. Like it's like Frieren does not forget what it is. It hits you with these action scenes, and it becomes an action anime for like a good scene or two, or a good episode or two, or a good episode, I would say. And then it remembers what its core themes are, and it's still at the end of the day a slice of life fantasy. This is not about action, and I just absolutely love that because it balances out so well. Um, But I'm curious about the future though of where
Yeah.
we're going with the story, because now that they've introduced so many characters that people have fallen in love with,
Hmm.
and I guess the tournament arc is over, like what's next? And I say that while knowing that there's still a bunch of unanswered questions, right? Like
Right.
we definitely have to get more into like the warrior race, or
Yes,
not race,
please.
warrior
The warrior class. The warrior
warrior
class.
class
Yeah.
career, because it's just like, all right, now we know a lot about the mages, right? But what
Hmm.
about the warriors? Like the mages
Yeah.
aren't the only people in this. Is there a warrior association? Because it's just like,
I mean, you would think, right? Because Himmel is a warrior, and
yeah,
he's
him,
literally like the guy to like
yeah.
he's the hero to everyone. So it's like I want to learn a little bit more about the warrior class too, because then
Himmel's
again,
the
we
warrior. We got whole boy with boy Stark. Like
yeah,
we need to get more into that. Craft as well.
Craft
Like,
is a warrior. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
Craft
yeah.
is a warrior. So it's just like what the warrior class. I mean, Sign's friend that he's looking for as
Yes,
well.
he's a warrior. The fuck, what's his name? I forgot.
Something
I
gorilla.
think gorilla. Yeah, something gorilla. I can't remember, but yeah, there's a whole like class system you would normally have in fantasy. We know so much about the mages, but it's like I can't wait to see how expansive that Freeren's gonna get. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah. So.
Um, Going back to what you said about people saying, "Oh, the second half is like basic battle shonen." How do you feel about? Because to me, I dislike the two different sides of the hate.
Mhm.
I dislike the people who are like, "Oh, it's boring slice of life. It can't be that good." And I hate the people that are like, "Oh, it turned into a battle shonen. Oh, it's lame now." And I'm like, "Can we just enjoy greatness? Like, can we just like me and you are in this weird middle where we like well, you're more of a slice of life fan than I am, but I like the balance of slice of life to battle shonen. I like the fact that they went more battle shonen in the second half because I think if they lean too much slice of life, like in the second half as much as the first half, I feel like I would have a sense of what's the point. But because they went into a more battle shonen route in the second half, now I'm like, okay, there is a story going into this, and we're gonna get to more stuff, and the whole point of this is to go more further beyond in the journey, so it's like there's a purpose to this, and I'm down for more slice of life after this, which looks like we're going to get more slice of life after this if there is a season 2. How do you feel about the two random sides of the hating fan bases? Like what do you think about it?
First of all, the slice of life one, pretty self-explanatory. I don't agree with that. I think a lot of people just don't understand what slice of life is for. Like they get into the medium and they're just like, oh, well, this is nothing's happening. I was like, the point is a slice of life. Like it's in the name, guy. Like you're not gonna get into a comedy anime and be like, why are there only jokes? like what are we
Right.
what are we doing here? Romance anime. There's no fight scenes.
I'm like, all right, bro, the hell.
That's what it's for. So that's what I say to that. To the I think the whole Frieren just become more a battle shonen thing. I say this about Frieren all the time. Frieren is proof that audiences are not tired of tropes. They're tired of how tropes are presented.
Mhm.
It is not necessarily battle shonen that is the problem. It's one, the fans, and two,
Yes.
it's two, how it is presented. If you are able to present the same tropes in a unique way or in a different way than audiences are used to, then you are able to then capture audiences. Frieren, if we actually look at Frieren, it doesn't really do anything different. Frieren is a fantasy world we all fucking know. Like they don't need to explain what dwarves and elves are. They didn't even need to explain that Frieren had a long lifespan. We all knew she had a long lifespan because we know what
Dude,
a fucking elf is.
we know what an elf is. Like, come on,
Like
guys, they're old.
they didn't need to explain I mean, they're going to, because there's more nuance to it that we don't know, but they didn't need to explain the hero's party defeating the demon. We know
Dude,
this story.
I love that so much. Like the
Like,
demon's already dead, guys.
yeah,
Like
we
what?
know this story. They skipped through everything because they were just like, listen, you know what fucking happened, right? You've been here before.
Mhm.
Um, and because of that, I think that saying, "Oh, it's just average battle shonen," is kind of doing a disservice to it, because it's how it's presented that I think really matters. And Frieren presents it in a way cooler way than a lot of battle shonen outright have, because Frieren's power system is very much akin to, I would say, a power system similar to Hunter x Hunter, a power system similar to World Trigger, a power system where it's like we know who's stronger than who, but at the same time, like a good strategy or a good advantage, like Fern's being fast as hell, can overweigh it. Like, that Fern doesn't have Yubel's magic where she can cut through anything, but Fern's so fast that it doesn't fucking matter. She's like, she'll shoot Yubel out of the sky before Yubel can even think she can try anything. Like, it's things like that. And
on top of that, Fern's magic is basic. Like everyone says,
basic.
like they say it in the anime that Fern's magic is just basic, like disarming magic. Like there's nothing special about it. Yet she does it at such a high level that how can you deny that she's a first class mage?
And I think that's the interesting intrigue about it, because on top of that, it's not like, once again, it's not like Frieren forgets its core themes. Throughout all these action sequences, we're still getting Himmel flashbacks. Like, you can't say we're not. We're still getting Himmel flashbacks. Like, throughout all of this, we're still getting character growth and slice life moments. We're still getting new character introductions and their flashbacks. Like, for real, she didn't have to go into half of the side characters she did. She did not have to do any of that. And it still probably would have been interesting. But it became something more because she went into these side characters, because Frieren sat down and had a whole conversation in the finale with the warrior guy.
Yeah.
She didn't have to write that, but at the same time, it adds more nuance to his character. We see why he does the things he does. It makes him a more interesting character, and now he has a fan base. Yubel, we didn't have to get a whole Yubel flashback, but we did.
She had a whole conversation with that one guy. What's his name again? The white haired dude with the gray jacket. Yeah, like
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you were talking about? I thought you were talking about the warrior. Oh shoot, my bad.
I forget his name. What is it?
I forget his name, but I love. I love that. She does take the time to just like. She doesn't even come up to conversate with them. They come to her, you know, and it's like it does such a good job of, you know more about these side characters. They're not going to be the most important characters in the world, but they allow you to see more into them and Frieren at the same time. And man, I don't know. It does such a good job writing these characters.
Yeah, because it's once again, the whole point of this story is that Frieren is being introduced to a whole new world of emotions and human understanding. And even throughout all the action scenes, even through all of this, the story doesn't forget that. That's why we have scenes of Frieren sitting down with Wilbur. That's why we have scenes of Serei's current student attacking Frieren and Frieren telling them, no, Serei's just a tsundere. Like, that's why we have scenes of Frieren going to the shop and getting Fern's staff fixed, and that dude, I forget his name, learning that, it's okay to fail. Like that's why we have those scenes, because the story is about Frieren learning the wide variety of human emotions that she's been so detached to this entire time. Like, and it's not just through Fern, it's not just through Stark, it's not just through Sign, it's through every other character in this the story presents to us. And so to say it just became an average battle shonen is just like, I think it's doing a disservice. It's not just an average battle shonen. It's it's doing something different with it.
Right.
But, that's
dude, did you peep when they went into Denkin's like motivations and stuff? I love that the most because I think it went over some people's head, but basically the whole point of Denkin is that no matter what age you are, it's never too late to like do what you want to do. It's never too late to find that inner joy in yourself again. Like some people are like, after the age of like 40, like you're kind of stuck in your ways and like there's not much like to look forward to anymore. No, dude, it's never too late to follow your dreams, even if you've lost people, even if you've gone through trials and tribulations and now you're like some 40+ year old person, and you're like, man, I think it's too late for me to go up into that level. This is a young person's game. No, like, you can still learn, do something that you want to do, no matter how old you are. If you end up finding out this is now your dream, even though you're older, follow that new dream. It's never too late. And I love that message so much in Frieren. And
Yeah.
it made me fall in love with Denkin more. You know what I mean? Like,
Denkin is such a great character. I fell in love with Denkin when it was the actually episode when when him and Frieren fought. At the end of the episode where he was out of mana and he was just like,
dude,
we're both out of I might be out of mana, but I'm not out of options.
throwing hands as a freaking 60-year-old, bro.
Exactly.
I'm like, what?
I was just like, this old man. What? That's what I felt in love with Dick. I was like, bro, that was peak. He was just like, listen, we're both out of mana. Takes off cape.
I know, dude. And in the last episode where when he's talking to Fern and he's like, oh, now that I'm a first class mage, I could finally see a grave I haven't visited in a long time. And I'm like, oh, dude, don't kill me like that, man. Yeah. Don't freaking kill me, bro. I don't know. What is it?
I think going off what you were saying about Denkin, it's like well, he said it himself in the show. He was just like, Frieren brought back his love for magic.
Yes.
And the just, loving just being a mage in general, like it doesn't need the position or anything like that, just loving magic. And I think that was very sweet. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure if I'm looking too much into this, I'm pretty sure the grave he wants to visit is his wife. I'm pretty sure
pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, that's the grave he wants to visit. So it's like, to do all of this just to see his wife's grave is like, damn, man.
And he said it himself in the episode that she died when they were in their early 20s.
Yeah.
So and say Denkin's like 60 years old. It's been like, what, 40 years?
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's crazy, man. But dude, I love Denkin, man. That's such a well-written character for someone I did not think was going to be super relevant.
Yeah. Once again, it's like Frieren doesn't forget its core themes. It's all, you've seen the massive video essays about time and how Frieren represents time and stuff like that. Its core theme is time. If I went over your head, anyone watching
dude,
this, time.
If you didn't get that from watching Frieren, what the fuck were you watching, bro? Like, what? It's literally everywhere. I did have a question for you because someone asked me this and I had to think to myself, like, I still don't really have the right answer, but do you think Frieren does romance well? Because after I watched A Sign of Affection, which is the romance anime that came out this season, I had to think about it too, where I'm like, okay, Frieren does have some romance, but is it written well? I don't know if you can go into it more, or if you've even thought of it, but do you think Frieren does romance well?
I think Frieren does do romance well. I think I said this in the Discord one day, but comparing it to like a romance anime is kind of because it's just like those romance animes their whole point is to romance, right? So it's just like they have less to focus on than Frieren does, but I think it does do romance well. And the reason why I think it does romance well is because I mean, the only romance I can think that really has it tells you kind of why these characters are connected in a way, why they like each other, right? Why they're not just friends. And I think that's that kind of the crux of how you do romance well in any given romance, right? You need a reason why these characters like each other. Like, the audience shouldn't be asking why. It should be very much clear why they like each other. It's the reason why, sorry, Naruto fans, a lot of Naruto romance doesn't work because I have no reason. I don't understand why Sakura and Sasuke like each other. I don't get it. Like, Sakura liked Sasuke in school because he was cute. It was kind of a shallow reason, but at the same time, she was a kid, so you expect her to have that shallow reason. And then she just stayed in love with him forever. And it was just like, bruh, are you in love with the same people you were in love with at 13? I don't think you are. Like, nope. That's not like, we all had the cute girl or cute boy in class that we were crushing on. But looking back, were you really in love with them? No, the fuck you weren't. You didn't know them. She didn't know who Sasuke was. She so much didn't know who Sasuke was that she said that's why Naruto doesn't have parents in front of Sasuke of all people.
Insane.
Like, and then even as the story go on, there's no reason for Sasuke to love Sakura. We don't see the reason why they get together in the end, other than Kishimoto just being like, yeah, I want Sasuke to have a kid. So
Literally, that's it.
but with Frieren and Fern and Stark, we kind of see their relationship grow. Fern wasn't really a fan of Stark or anybody in general, and we kind of see why she starts to attach to Stark, why Stark starts to attach to her. They literally fight, they literally make up, they literally talk about how Fern literally tells Stark that she doesn't mind him touching her as long as it's gentle. Wink, wink. Like we literally see these moments to the whole point where Sign himself was just like, why don't you two just date already? Like,
No, sign is literally me, bro. I'm literally Sign like, just ask her already. Do
well,
it.
we see these bonding moments, and you don't ask yourself why are they into each other, because we see why they're into each other. We literally see the moment where Fern starts to realize that she's into Stark because she asks Stark. I mean, I think it's back to when kind of like, I think it's the fifth episode. No, sorry. 7th episode, where Stark tells her the reason why he wants to go on the journey with him, and he just wants to prove to his master that he can, like, that he saw it all, that he saw the adventure that his master saw. Like, it was that moment that Fern realized Stark was something more than what she thought. And we see that, and we see how Stark thinks of Fern as well. Like, we see that throughout the show. And I think that's why Frieren does romance well. And you can't even tell me that you don't understand why Himmel loves Frieren. You can't, like,
we can get into that.
You can't even tell me you can't understand why Himmel loves Frieren, and like it's Frieren gives us that reasoning.
Damn.
At the end of the day, and that's why I think it writes romance well, because we know why everyone is into everyone, basically.
Right. Yeah, like it doesn't feel forced, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a reason for everything. Even like it's so interesting for me to see Frieren also like come to realize after Himmel's death that she's like, I actually was in love with him, and I didn't understand these feelings because you know she was a secluded elf mage.
Yeah.
You know, like she didn't really delve into human feelings like that, or feelings in general, and you know, and I don't think there's a sense of regret in Frieren's eyes. It's more of like, you know, she finally comes to terms with her feelings. You know what I mean? But still has no regrets. So you could clearly see it in her eyes. And honestly, she shouldn't feel regret, because it's like she still remembers him. He's still in her memories, you know, and she still has values that Himmel instilled into her. So it's like Himmel's still there. You know what I mean? Like that happens throughout life as well. And honestly, that's kind of like my favorite part about Frieren is that, okay, before you guys call me Unk, yes, I'm in my later 20s. Okay, I'm like low-key. The age of 30 is a little too close for my comfort right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's coming. But I think it's because I'm in my older age than people watching the show, where I'm like, I get super sentimental at times when it comes to watching Frieren, because it's like I remember these moments in my life that are similar to what she's experiencing. I said this before online, where the scene where Stark is trying to find a gift for Fern, that took me back, a flashback, like just flash before my eyes of me like remembering trying to get my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, like like I was trying to find her a gift when we first started dating, and I didn't know what to do, because like it's first of all, it's been a while since I've been in a relationship at that point, and two, it's like, dude, like literally guys don't know what to get girls. Guys are stupid. Okay, like we don't know what they like, bro. Like we're just trying to be like, all right, do I get something this expensive? Is this too much? Is this too little? You know what I mean? And Stark and Sign's interaction of like what to get a girl for her birthday literally reminded me of like me asking my cousin, like, yo, what do I get her, man? What do I do? What do I do? So it's literally like moments like that. Man, whoever wrote Frieren, he or she went through life, like for real went through life. So, and I would not be surprised if these are like real experiences this person has like gone through. So it's just, it's hard to explain without getting super personal of why Frieren is like so well written, to me at least. I don't know if you felt that. You're still young, kind of. you're called Unk sometimes, which is kind of crazy,
It's
and I just go along
crazy.
with it.
It's crazy. I'm still young. I am close to the 30. I'm 26, y'all. I'm not that
Ooh,
old. I'm 26. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20, but I'd say I'm not that old. But yeah, no, I think Frieren definitely I think Frieren definitely the show, I mean, understands life, and it has a great message of and I say this in my Frieren video coming out. The reason why I love Frieren so much is because of its great message of kind of what's in the title, Beyond Journey's End. It's kind of what I love about Gintama, because Gintama and Frieren have this similarity where the show is not about the typical hero's journey that we see from time to time again in other media. It's about after after the journey, right? Beyond journey then, hence the title, right? And I love that. I love that it's just like, yeah, guys, the journey doesn't actually ever end. Life goes on, and there are still things to learn. There are still things to grow. And no, you're not about to get a training arc. Like Frieren's not about to get a training arc. I mean, Frieren, the character, is not about to get a training arc or power up or any major, like I need to grow up things. But it's more so of there's still lessons for her to learn. There's still things for her to experience, and we're seeing all those things. And it's just like life has so many facets to it that with each episode we learn something new. And I think that's kind of why Frieren slice of life episodes are so interesting, because with each episode it's a different message about life. I mean, with his core theme of time, of course, but it's a different message about life and how Frieren is learning through the human experience. And yeah, so
yeah, and it's like also too that the hero's party never really died. You know what I mean? Like Frieren's still alive, obviously, but her memories of Himmel are keeping Himmel alive throughout the story. Like, it felt like Himmel never really died. Also, Hyder and Aizen's pupils are still, and with their ideals too, they're still with, like, in the party. They're still with Frieren throughout this. And it's like, people, of course, Stark and Fern are their own character, but it also feels like, I guess, to Frieren, it's like, oh, it's like Hyder and Aizen are still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Himmel, his ideals are already within me, so it's like Himmel's still alive in me as well. So, there are things like I love that theme of like there are still things you can do to keep people's memories and their vibe alive within your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what does someone better tell me what does Frieren do wrong? Like, legit, what does it do wrong?
I have one nitpick, I would say.
Really interesting.
That I feel like some people would have, like, it doesn't bother me. And I brought this up to Cardiac. Shout out to the boy Cardiac. And he was just like, no, I kind of accept it. And we agreed that it's acceptable because of how it's written. But it has a repeated formula of Himmel flashbacks. There are some times where I'm just like, we're about to get Himmel flashback. And it's like, we get the Himmel flashback, and then, it's like the emotional flashback, and we're like, that's the message. And then Frieren repeats basically what Himmel said in the flashback to whoever she's trying to relay the message to. And it's just like, that is a repeated formula in Frieren. However, I then counter myself by saying, damn, no, that fucking works though. Like,
yeah.
Like I then counter myself by saying, damn, no, that fucking, that's not a flaw. No, that's not. That's wrong. That fucking works because that's what the whole show is about. Is that we're living because they haven't told us what happened on the hero's journey, so we're still kind of intrigued of what the fuck happened, who Himmel is, and things like that. So it doesn't really feel forced. So I'm like, oh wait, okay, so if it's not that, then what? What does Frieren do wrong? And
you could say it's formulaic, but like that's like what happens in real life too. Like you literally get like flashbacks of this person who taught you, what you needed to do to get through life, and you relay that message to other people and keep the message alive, and keep that person alive in your memory. So it's like that's just life, like man, we can keep going on and on about this, but like Um. Anyways, there are some like parallels that I see that I've seen online of people comparing Frieren to like Mob Psycho in terms of like it's a shonen but with slice of life aspects that
Mhm.
you know integrate into the story.
Yeah.
What do you think about that like comparison? Do you think it's pretty valid, but or do you think like nah, like they're both completely different? Like, well, what do you think about that comparison?
I think it's pretty valid. Mob Psycho is on the. I think Freeman's more on the slice of life spectrum than Mob Psycho is, but
Mhm.
I see where people are coming from because with most action shonens in general, it's just like you would get more action than you would the slice of life. You just expect to, right? Um, so I feel it. However, I wouldn't compare them wholeheartedly because
Right.
Mob at the end of the day is just like, yeah, guys, this is an action show. Like,
Yeah,
and
truly.
Frieren at the end of the day is like, nah, guys, this is a slice of life. Like, you'll get your action scenes and you'll get them during the test, but most of the
Mhm.
story, let's just look at most of the season, right? Most of the
Right.
season was slice of life episodes, right? Where Mob Psycho is just like maybe the first 5 episodes will be slice of life, but other than that, yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
So we've had, Rip Toriyama, of course, but we've had Dragon Ball, define a decade in the 90s, at
Hmm.
least for the West. We've had the big three define the 2000s in the West. And I don't think there's any argument here. We're saying in the 2010s, it was really Attack on Titan that blew up the whole scene online to make the 2010s super memorable and bring people to anime. Do you think that Frieren Beyond's Journey's End will be that anime for the 2020s?
Ah. Mm.
By
I
the way, at this moment, Frieren Beyond Journey's End is still number one on my anime list above Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So
I
I don't know if that plays into it either, but
I hope it will. Um, but um unless it hits because how would I say this? Frieren is mainstream in the anime community, I
mm,
would say.
okay.
It is mainstream in the anime community. Everyone is watching Frieren, right? And if they're not watching it, it's on their radar. They know what it is, right? If you're in the
Mhm.
anime community. However, unlike Attack on Titan, unlike Dragon Ball, it is not known outside of the anime community. And I think that's what's holding it back. So
Mhm.
if Frieren were to stream on Netflix, just in a hypothetical sense,
Right.
then I think it would be that anime. Then I think it would start blowing up to that fame. As for right now, I don't know when it came out. Did it come? I probably came out in 2019. Actually, hold on. Um, actually, I was gonna say Demon Slayer, but New Demon Slayer didn't come out in the 2020s, did it? It came out in
No, 2019.
2019. Oh, then never mind. As for right now, I don't think we have that anime in the 2020s. But once again, it's just like SAO was one of those animes, right?
Sure.
Not saying that SAO is good, but it's popular. All right.
Right.
But SAO only became one of those animes because it was one of the first animes to stream on Netflix. So
I see.
a bunch of non-anime fans, it was thrown in their face and they checked it out. And they were
Mm,
like, oh, what is SAO? And then Attack on Titan was next, right? Attack on Titan also
right.
streamed on Netflix. A bunch of non-anime fans. Frieren hasn't had that opportunity
Interesting.
because Frieren is not yeah, no, it's exclusively streaming on Crunchyroll. So if you don't have a Crunchyroll, if you're not an anime fan, you probably have not heard of Frieren Beyond Journey's End yet, right?
I
So
think that's a fair take.
if Frieren were to stream on any other service in the future, 100% yes, I think it would become one of those anime. But as for
Okay.
right now, it has not hit outside of the anime. It's huge in the anime community. If you're an anime fan, you know what the fuck Frieren is.
Right.
But if you're not, then you're just like, what is Frieren? What?
Right. Now let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Say it's not gonna have the legacy of a Dragon Ball, of a Big
Hmm.
Three, of Attack on Titan. Do you think its legacy will be similar to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where it'll be considered to many the greatest anime of all time, and a bunch of new anime fans will watch we'll see the popularity of anime, try to get into anime. They'll ask, what should I watch? And the first thing people will say is Frieren Beyond Journey's End, like they did in the 2010s, where you ask, what anime should I get into after I
Yeah.
watch Attack on Titan? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the #1 anime on everyone's radar. Do you think that'll be Frieren's legacy? And do you think it'll have, unfortunately, a similar fate to Brotherhood, where it's hyped up so much and is in this high regard amongst anime fans that people will call it overrated? Do you think it'll end up like that legacy?
Yes, but if only if only it holds up with second seasons and stuff like that.
You think so?
If Frieren manages to finish the manga like FMA did and be a completed story with the quality we have now, then 100% yes. 100% yeah. It will be a legacy title within the anime community. It'll be right there with FMA. It'll be right there with Bebop. All the legacy titles we have in the anime community will be right there with them.
I see.
If it never gets a second season, which pray to God, no.
Madhouse, don't do this. Don't do this, Madhouse.
But hypothetically, in a terrible world where Frieren never gets a second season, still yes. I think yeah. Because even with the 28 episodes, it's still it's still a banger story. Like,
it's banger.
It's still a banger. Like they still cooked with that first season so hard. It's just like yeah. But if we do get a second season, then it'll be in question, right? Because it was just like, okay, are they going to do with the second season what they did with the first season, right? Are we going to get the same level of quality, right? But as for right now, 100%, yeah, I think it will be.
Do you fear that it'll be like Brotherhood, where a lot of people, like, say, like 10 years from now, are like, oh, people keep talking about this Frieren, I watched it, I don't think it's as good as people say it is? Do you fear that might happen? Oh,
it's already happening. It's already.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Frieren.
Really? I honest to God, I haven't really seen much Frieren hate other than the slice of life purists and the battle shonen purists. I don't. I honestly don't know. Like, am I missing something?
Frieren has already gotten the carried by animation accusation.
What?
Yeah,
what?
It's already gotten the carried by someone.
This isn't Jujutsu Kaisen.
Someone. Oh shit. They actually compared it to Demon Slayer, which was just disrespectful. But they said it's just like Demon Slayer carried by animation. It was like don't say that. But it already got the carried by animation. Frieren hate is so forced. Of course, it
feels forced.
We got the anime hype. The Frieren hype needs to be studied.
Recency bias. Oh my gosh.
We got the recency bias accusations. We got I told you about the whole people that are just like, oh, I feel like it just should have been that one shot and then we were good to go. Like,
that was weird.
We got people who are just like, yeah, Frieren's just not for me. I just don't feel like it's for me. And then
oh my gosh, one more thing. The people who say, but peak for peak, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, peak for peak. How about you do bottom for bottom? What does your anime's bottom look like compared to Frieren, bitch? The fuck?
It's already gotten Frieren hate, which I think just comes with the level of popularity it has with the anime community. When any anime reaches the status that Frieren is currently getting, you get a drove of naysayers.
It's interesting that Frieren's literally in that Brotherhood / Attack on Titan area of like, but people are like, yo, you guys overhype this shit. Okay, I'm like, shut your bitch ass up. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, you get a bunch of naysayers, and to be honest, it's forced because for me, it's just like, my problem isn't that you don't like the show, like what you watch. I don't care. My problem is that when someone asks you why you don't like the show, you go blah, 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 blah.
They're like, oh, it's overhyped. So okay,
you have no reason to dislike the show other than just pointless claims. Like I've seen, Fern's a boring character. What is her whole character to get mad? And I was like,
you like this bland ass elf as your main character? All right, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, if you watched the first 4 episodes of Frieren and you thought that Fern's whole character was to get mad, you weren't paying attention. I'm
right.
sorry. You weren't paying attention.
Did you watch the first 4 episodes, bro? Like,
I
what
was
the
like,
fuck?
did you miss her trying to learn magic for Hyder? Did you miss her whole relationship with Hyder, her building relationship with Frieren?
Did you miss that her whole fucking town got eradicated? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? Like,
whole town got eradicated. I mean, her character introduction scene is her trying to jump off a cliff. Did you miss all of that and just saw the scenes where she got mad at Frieren and was like, this is her character? You weren't paying attention.
dude, I hate the people that also say like, "Yo, Wyatt Stark's so mad pussy." I'm like, okay, like, did you not see like how he got introduced? Do you not see how much power he has? But he has like confidence issues, bro. Like, what the fuck?
He has confidence issues. Did you not see him kill a dragon?
Exactly, exactly. He killed a dragon by himself. No help, by the way.
Like, and then Frieren being emotionalist, and it's just like,
she's literally
Geek put it best
she's quirky, guys.
Yeah, Geek put it best in his video. She's not emotionalist. Frieren's not a Kundere. That's not what she is. Frieren's emotionally detached. She's not emotionalist. She has emotions, as we see with like literally the first 10 seconds of the first, not 10 seconds, first 5 minutes of the show. You literally see Frieren freaking out, trying to convince the demon king, not the demon king, the human king not to kill him. Like, it's literally in the first 5 minutes of the show. You can see Frieren in the corner just freaking out, like, no, don't kill him. Like, she's not emotionless. Like, if you pay attention, it's like, but that's just my thing.
Any final thoughts on Frieren Beyond Journey's End, RJ? Anything you want to say to the people?
Frieren Beyond Journey's End is an incredible show. If you have not seen it, do yourself the favor, and watch it. It's great. I'm envious of the people that get to binge it. To be honest, I'm not gonna hold you. I have a lot of anime to watch. I have a lot of promises to keep of anime I need to watch.
Right.
But I might re-binge Frieren in English dub because I heard the English dub is really good.
Oh, so. Is it good? Is the English dub good? Oh shoot, I might have to do that too.
I've been hearing the English dub is really good, so I might re-binge it in English dub just to hear how it sounds. And so I can have an excuse to re-binge Frieren. But yeah, I love it. It's my favorite fantasy anime. I 100% say that.
Is it? I can't put it as my favorite fantasy because of Made in Abyss, but it's up there for me for sure. It's definitely, as of right now, as far as I can think, it's my second favorite fantasy, and it's my favorite slice of life, I think. That's not romance. Yeah, it's just amazing. I don't know what else to say except Mappa, you have 365 days to respond.
You mean Madhouse?
Oh, Madhouse. My bad. Madhouse. You have 365 days to respond.
Okay.
Please.
So they did say literally the last screenshot is the journey to end day continues. They did say that.
That you know for a fact that doesn't mean anything.
It could though.
Dude, at the end of Apothecary Diaries, it says season 2 in production. That's something, bro. That's something. The Madhouse saying the journey continues in the manga.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people say, yeah, they told you to go read the manga, buddy. That's what they said.
and Madhouse has said this before. This is a thing that Madhouse does. So, Madhouse, you have 365 days. Please respond, or else I will lose hope and possibly read the manga. Please.
It would be a dumb financial decision. It just would be a dumb financial decision.
But they've done it before.
They have done it before. They have, yeah.
Something becomes famous, and they're like, that's it. It's over.
They have done it before.
Why? Man, I swear, if their next announcement is Overlord Season 5, I will literally run through a wall, bro. I'll literally run through a wall.
I need them. I need this for your Season 2. I just need the announcement. They can say 2027. I don't give a fuck.
they can say 2030. And I'm like, all right, I'm waiting.
I'll be there.
I'm waiting.
Like, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't have to be soon, guys. Just let me know it's coming. That's all I need, bro.
They could say season 2 will happen when One Piece ends, and I'll be like, all right, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Anyways, guys, shout out to RJ from On the Rise, and thank you for coming, man. Thank you for the free run dick sucking, for real.
As always, I believe in elf supremacy. So it's a thing now. It's a whole thing. But yeah, no, thanks for having me. As always, it's fun to chat up anime and stuff.
Dude, man, I just feel happy talking about Frieren, man, in more detail than I ever have. It's like, what, dude? I can't tell you guys how much I wanted to hate on Frieren so much, but as I kept watching, I realized this is probably as peak of fantasy / slice of life I will ever get. And also to all you slice of life naysayers that say like, oh, it's a shonen, how good can it be? Watch it. And for all you shonen heads, it's like, oh, it's a slice of life, how good can it be? Activate your brain for a little bit and watch it. Like, please. Like, it's amazing. Probably man.
I've seen so many people turn a new leaf when they actually started watching, because they watched the first 4 episodes, like, oh, I'll get back to it eventually, and then the hype started coming, and I was like, fine, I'll check it out, and now they can't stop tweeting about Frieren.
All right, for real, dude. I love the people who are in the middle that are like, is Frieren that good? It's still #1 on Mal. Is it that good? Like, should I check it out? And everyone's like, just watch it, just watch it, just watch it. And like they're genuinely like, is this good? And I'm like, yes, it's that good. Just watch it, please. Like, God. Anyways, thank you for talking about anime of the year, early predictions.
I mean, okay. First of all, unless
dude, I swear, if I see Demon Slayer season 4 best fantasy, I will jump off a bridge, bro. I swear, if I see Demon Slayer season 4 best fantasy, I will jump off a bridge, bro. God damn.
Unless something amazing, absolutely amazing comes out this year.
Tower of God season 2.
Okay. Anyway, if something amazing, absolutely like stunning out of nowhere comes out this year, if Crunchyroll does not give Frieren anime of the year and best fantasy, that's all. That's all they need to do, dude, to keep the little integrity they have. the little integrity I have left for them, to keep that. That's all they need. I don't care about any other section. Every other section can be bogus, but Frieren needs to win Best Fantasy, and it needs to win Anime of the Year. Dude. And the only thing that could take away Best Fantasy from Frieren, if they give it to Mushoku Tensei. That's it. Because Mushoku Tensei is also coming out this year. If they give it to Mushoku Tensei, sure. Whatever, I guess. It's still, I don't think it should win, but it needs Anime of the Year. I'm looking at what's coming out this year, and I'm like, it doesn't seem like anything. But watch them give that bitch to Demon Slayer. watch them give that bitch to Demon Slayer.
You know what's crazy? Demon Slayer fans say this is the worst arc in the manga too.
Crunchyroll doesn't care. Crunchyroll doesn't care. Demon Slayer makes way more money. Watch them give that shit to Demon Slayer.
Man, it'd be hilarious if they did give Frieren best fantasy, yet they give best anime of the year to Demon Slayer. That would be hilarious.
Watching them give it to Demon Slayer. On top of that, you know what else they're gonna do? Because Crunchyroll Anime World is bullshit. Frieren's gonna be up there, and the Attack on Titan finale is gonna be up there.
Oh, dude, yes, that's what's gonna happen. It'll be Frieren or Attack on Titan. Which one are you picking? And I'll be like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, they're gonna put the Attack on Titan finale up there. And Demon Slayer is also going to be nominated.
Dude, I can see it right now. Attack on Titan Anime of the Year and Demon Slayer Best Fantasy 3.
Yeah,
I'll be like, oh my gosh,
that's what they're going to do.
I can see it, yo.
That's what they're going to do. I 100% assure you.
But by the way, if that's happening, there is going to be an AMS Entertainment anime awards. Check out my new channel, by the way. That's where I put all of my scripted content. By the way, sneak preview and a spoiler for another video that I have in the works, and the script is already done. I am fixing the Crunchyroll Anime Awards of 2023, so be on the lookout for that. Great segue. Yes, that is happening, and the script is done. Um,
Right.
but yeah, guys, shout out to On the Rise as usual. Check out their socials, everything YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, everything they're doing, and watch Frieren Beyond Journey's End and
Mhm.
Crunchyroll. Do the right thing before I just dismiss everything you say. Unless you sponsor me, then I take everything back. But yes, please do yourself a favor. Freer and Beyond Journey's End deserves Anime of the Year and Best Fantasy. Please. At the very least, Best Fantasy. I swear on everything. Like,
Yeah.
gosh. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you love about Freeren in the comment section. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys later.